Hello, friends. Welcome to the Career Guru podcast. I am your host, Steve Yanovsky. What a glorious day it is to start your path in a new career. Doors are opening here at the Boston Career Institute even as we speak. And I'm here holding the key for you. So tune in, stay sharp, and enjoy yourself. This is going to be great. Hashtag Let's Career Up. Good day, everyone. It is great to be back with all of you once again. I am your career guru, coming to you all across the fruited plain, along the airwaves and the magic of internet. I want to welcome you back to our next installment of the Career Guru podcast. Today, featuring a wonderful guest that I have that is going to inspire you like she has inspired me. I'm joined today by Stephanie. Stephanie is my newest employee in Boston Career Institute. She is in training to become my dental assisting instructor. When dental assisting, those of you who may or may not know, is the most amazing field of employment where you can branch out and do so many different things and earn a ton of money in the process. Compared to how much money and time you're investing into your education, this is one of the most amazing things you can do. If you don't mind the teeth, if you love beauty, if you love relieving people of pain and suffering and improving their overall health, dental assisting is the place to be. Now, why do I have Stephanie here? Because I had the opportunity to look at her resume, talk to her about her path to where she is today. And this path is magnificent, but not in a way that you think that something magnificent is. It's just magnificent that she was able to accomplish everything that she set out to accomplish. So I'm going to ask Stephanie a few questions. First and foremost, I'd like to have Stephanie say hello to you. Hello, Stephanie. Can you say hello to the Guru Land?
Hi guys, how you doing?
Well, that's nice. Okay, that's wonderful. So this, folks, is Stephanie, a very non-assuming, non-imposing, non-pretentious hyperachiever. She is absolutely amazing. Stephanie, tell us a little bit about you. Who are you? What do you do? How did you get here? So tell us a little bit about Stephanie. What would be the first thing you want to tell us?
I'm Stephanie. I am 33 years old. I have two children, 17-year-old, and I have a 10-year-old. It might sound surprising that I have a 17-year-old. I had a baby when I was 16. When I had the baby, I started dental assisting school, which is when my passion began. I went to school in Everest Institute. I signed up for medical assisting, and there was no space. They threw me over to the dental department. I was not very sure about it. I didn't know how I felt about people's teeth and their mouth. I grew to love it. I became very passionate about it. I believe that being a dental assistant kind of saved me in a way. Reason being is because whenever I had anything going on at home, I was able to relieve all of that at the workplace. It's a fast pace. You don't think about anything but what you're doing. If you fall in love with it, there's nothing else to think about.
That's great. Let me stop you here for a second. I just want to sort of go back a little bit to where you started. So let me get this straight. You're the 16-year-old young lady. You just had a baby, right? And all of a sudden you are thrusting yourself into education in this place that was called Everest Institute. It used to be a fixture in Massachusetts, and in Boston used to be called Bryman Institute. It's actually the granddaddy or grandma of all of the career, trade, and technical schools, like BCI, like Boston Career Institute, which is where I got my start in career education too. I worked for Bryman and Everest Institute for about 5 years as a director and an instructor. But I missed you, Stephanie, over there. But that's okay. So I want to go back and say, you're 16, going on 17, I assume, and you find yourself going to Everest. Did they require a high school diploma? Did you have a high school diploma when you went in?
At this moment, I did not have a high school diploma. I was actually attending high school, which is the only reason why I was able to get away with it. But usually they required you to either have a GED or a high school diploma.
So did you complete your high school?
Yes, I did.
Okay, tell us about it. That's very important.
I didn't complete my high school in a regular high school program. I completed my high school in a program where I was able to do some work online and some work in school. Instead of doing 4 year, I did two. But I have actual high school diploma from high school.
Excellent. So I would like people to understand that if you don't have a high school diploma, the doors are not closed to you today. As a matter of fact, that there are more doors are opening for people today than there were even the time when Stephanie completed her education about 17 years ago. Now all these resources are available. All you have to do is look. Tell us, how was that process for you? Did you have to work hard to do it, having a child and everything else at the time?
I'm not gonna say it was a walk in the park and it wasn't a piece of cake. You have to put your mind into it and you have to do it. They help you a lot. They understand where you're coming from. And all it takes is for you to sit down and let them know, you know what, I need help and I can't do this. That's what they're there for.
That's a very valuable lesson to everyone listening to this podcast, because like a famous TV commercial says, don't go it alone. It's true. Don't go it alone. Don't try to keep it all to yourself. Expand your horizons, improve your reach, and get as many people involved to help you, because there's a lot of people, a lot of organizations are looking to help you. Take advantage of that situation. So that's great. So here you are attending Everest Dental Assisting Program, and you're trying to, at the same time, complete high school. So did you complete high school at the same time as you completed Everest, or were they a little bit in different times?
So I completed Everest Institute. I believe it was in a matter of 6 months, if I'm not mistaken. By the time I finished Everest, I was still not done with my high school. They did allow me to go out into my internship, and they did allow me to continue as a regular graduate from there, but they just didn't hand me the certificate until I was able to provide them with my high school diploma. In no time, I was able to provide that for them. And the office that I was working for, where I did start my internship, where they hired me, they did know that I was still attending school.
Excellent, excellent. All important facts and all important for people out there listening. Believe me when I tell you, Stephanie, there are people out there just like you in the same boat. Not just like you, they want to be like you. Now, let's listen in on why they want to be like you. Tell us about your journey through dental assisting, how you moved from being an intern to an actual dental assistant, and whether it's fulfilling your emotional, you already mentioned it a little bit, and financial needs. Go ahead, take us on that little journey.
I started in a general dental office, was just kind of like a chain. And when you're there, you work with different doctors. You have a million and one responsibilities. When you're in school and then they throw you into the real world, is totally different. And I think that's for everything you do in life. I was able to get a good grasp of the system and how everything worked. In the place where I started my internship, I was there for maybe 2 years. I was able to move from there. And every time that I moved, I always made sure to go somewhere where I would learn more and they would teach me and they were open to teaching. And something about the dental field is that they want to help you and they want you to know and they want to make you better. Because if you're better and you're working with them, they are better. So that was a big benefit, I would say. From general dentist office, I went into children's hospital. From children's hospital, I went into private offices. I worked with periodontist. I worked with endo. I even had a point in my life where I was putting braces. It's all very challenging and it's a good feeling to kind of be needed and to know that they need you. Throughout the midst of all of that, I jumped into hygiene and I became a dental hygiene student.
Hang on, hang on, hang on. We're not there yet. Let's get a few things talked about beforehand, because there's a little gap in there. Now, you did say in the beginning of the podcast that you have two kids. So somewhere along your journey, you have had one more baby.
Yes.
A wonderful thing. Now, tell us a little bit about what happened with that, and a little bit about how much effort and investment of your personal time and emotional capital that you had to put in here. So tell us a little bit about that. And sorry for being so personal, but
No, I understand.
this story is incredibly important for people to hear, because in my eyes you are such a winner, you're such a hero, not just to yourself but to others, to help inspire others. I expect this particular podcast to become a one of the top ever listened to. Tell us a little bit about this phase of your life.
Fun fact, I just have to keep going. I could never just do one thing. You would think that if I was already done with high school and I'm working in a job, that I would settle down and just pause. Well, I didn't do that. I ended up signing up to college. So I wanted to go to Bunker Hill because, again, the flexibility, the time. I ended up having a baby. I had a baby boy, and it was a lot more challenging than the first time around because my baby boy was diagnosed with autism. It's a blessing, and it was a lot, but I was able to I was able to conquer that. I have a great support system. My mom's great. His dad was definitely a key factor. My daughter was amazing with him because she was a little older. When I was in school, and I kind of went a little bit ahead, but I was working at Children's Hospital. So I was working at Children's Hospital from 8 in the morning until 5 o'clock in the afternoon in the dental department. When I got out of Children's, I would walk to Roxbury, the train station, and I would take the train down to Bunker Hill, and I had class from 6 to 10. I would get out of Bunker Hill at 10 o'clock and I would take the train back to Roxbury and then get in my car and drive home. And I did that Monday through Friday.
Amazing. Just amazing.
I did that having two kids, having to clean, having to cook, having to be a wife, and having life on top of me. It was not easy. I had a lot of times where I cried. I had a lot of times where I wanted to give up. But I knew that it just took a little bit more time to get to the end. And it was rewarding. And I never want to get on a train again.
Amazing. I hear you. I hear you. As they say, a bad day in traffic is better than a good day on the train. I understand. All right. So you're done with Bunker Hill. So what were you doing with Bunker Hill? What were you taking? Prerequisites?
So I did my prereqs and I also got associates in biology transfer. And the reason why I got an associates in biology transfer is because they didn't have dental hygiene. And everything else required a lot of math. And I clean teeth because I'm not good with math.
Now, I just want to remind people that dental hygiene is not all about cleaning teeth
Oh, no,
nowadays.
it's not.
Dental hygienists are able to do a lot more. So I wanted to sort of zero in a little bit. So here you are, this amazing dental assistant working in children's, attending college at night, 5 days a week. And somewhere inside your mind, you said, I want more and I'm going to get there. And he said, my path, because I have a passion for teeth and everything else, and I've been working with these high professionals, dentists and hygienists, licensed professionals, and said, I can do that too. And so you set your sights on Mass College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences. You did your prerequisites and your associate's degree, and now you are applying to that school. So tell us a little bit about that and your journey through that.
It was a very emotional state for me because, again, my son had autism. And at this point, he's like almost 4 years old. And at the beginning of when the kids are younger that they're diagnosed, they kind of, it's the most important time for them to receive all the therapy that they could get. So I'm in Bunker Hill and I decided that I want to go to school to Mass College of Pharmacy. I went to my counselor and I said, I'm going to Mass College of Pharmacy. And she said, well, that's a really tough program. They only accept 40 students a year. It's a 2-year program. It's accelerated. I don't think you should put yourself through that. It's very competitive. You should have more options. And I said, I can't have another option because I can't drive an hour away and an hour back. I have to be in Boston. My son has autism. I need to be near my children. I only applied to one school and one school only. And I want to remind you that I walked by Mass College of Pharmacy every single day to go to work to Children's Hospital. And every single day when I walked by Mass College of Pharmacy, I looked at that school and I said, that's where I'm going. And I applied. And when I applied, I received the acceptance letter. And I cried and I screamed and I wanted to tell everybody that I, from Bunker Hill, got accepted into Mass College of Pharmacy, which is a very prestigious school, and it's a very hard school to get in. I think my associates had a lot to do with allowing me the opportunity to get into it. And also, you have to write a letter and kind of let them know why you want to be in the program. My story was enough.
I should say so. I should say so. You said you cried, you yelled, you screamed. Listen, I'm about to cry, yell, and scream. Just listening to this story. And this is not the first such story that I hear. Now, I want people to hear what happened. I zero in on something that I talked about before. You received a negative recommendation from someone in Bunker Hill, your counselor in Bunker Hill, and yet you still went on to fulfill your dream where you wanted to be. You manifested that by walking past that place on a daily basis, and you said, I'm going there. I'm going there. And even though they accept 40 students a year, you said, I, Stephanie, mother of two, dental assistant, a person who didn't have a high school diploma,
No scholarship.
who went to no scholarship, no, went to Everest. For most people, this is where their journey begins and where it ends. But no, then you went to Bunker Hill, and then you said, you know what? I'm going to that hygiene program. Folks, dental hygienists are an incredible bunch of people. Today, in Massachusetts and in other states, dental hygienists are receiving more. It's not about just cleaning teeth. Stephanie said it's almost dismissive, of what hygienists are beginning to do. Very soon in Massachusetts, they're going to be doing fillings, and they're going to be pulling out certain basic teeth, and they're administering anesthesia, meaning those shots that take away the pain. So dental hygienists are becoming these limited dentists, much like nurse practitioners are in the healthcare field. This is where hygienists are, and this is where Stephanie is today. And this is where yours truly got lucky by reference to have Stephanie come across my doorstep here at the Boston Career Institute, where she's now training to be an instructor to inspire others to become dental assistants and to become dental hygienists and to be able to penetrate this amazing field and to break through that, I don't want to say glass ceiling, but I guess that's what it is, and break through that economic barrier that is out there for most folks out there. Why I had Stephanie here is because I wanted you to hear from a live person, because you see, I can tell you these stories all day long. I can tell you all about people who have succeeded. I can tell you about some of the students that I had who were at the very bottom of their existence. But this is not good enough. I can show you in real life, I can show you Stephanie, who's here with you live to tell you that all of this is possible for a 16, 17-year-old mother without a high school diploma to first get into a professional educational track, get a job in a dental office, then a major Harvard affiliated teaching hospital. Let's not forget what Children's Hospital is. It is a premier hospital in pediatrics affiliated with Harvard Medical and Dental Schools. So to get a job over there, it's not an everyday occurrence. So she was able to go from one practice to a major teaching hospital, then attend a night school where she would travel on the train and then go back and then go home and do all the things that she had to do for her family. And then, against odds, even of people who are supposed to be advisors and supportive, she was able to succeed otherwise. What does that teach us? That teaches, hey, align yourself with people who have succeeded, people like Stephanie, and they will show you the way they got there. Today, you have that opportunity. You can always come to BCI and study dental assisting under her supervision. And you will be just as inspired as I was when she first came into the office. She is a shining beacon to everyone who's drifting in the sea of confusion and despair. She shines the light of success. And I can see that physically here. Unfortunately, you can only hear Stephanie. But believe me when I tell you, she radiates success. She radiates positivity, even in the face of challenges and adversity. And you want to meet her, you'll have to come to BCI Dental Assisting. If not, you could just listen to her on this podcast. Yes, Stephanie, what did you want to tell us?
I just wanted to interrupt you really quickly.
No, it's okay.
When I got the acceptance letter from Mass College of
Yes.
Pharmacy the first time, that I was jumping up and down of excitement. My son was starting a new speech therapy, ABA therapy, sensory therapy, which required all of my time. After I got accepted the first time, I had to call the school, have a meeting, and meet with them and let them know that even though this is what I wanted, I couldn't accept it. And I couldn't accept it because of the situation I was in. I remember like yesterday, I was crying because I got accepted one time and it was like, I almost did it. So I know that applying a second time was going to be a lot more competitive. And the fact that I just told them that I had all these challenges was maybe going to take me off the track list. When I applied a year later, I got accepted again. And when I got accepted again, I again did the whole commotion thing again. When I went and I met with the program director and I met with everybody, Mass College of Pharmacy has a very small group of people, which is only for dental hygiene, and they have a clinic which is called Foresight. I had a privilege of working with Esther Wilkins, which is a legend in the dental hygiene world. They just wanted to make sure that you're able to comply with what you're signing up for, and they want you to succeed. And it is not cheap at all. Again, I had no scholarship. I know that a lot of people worry about the fact that how are they going to pay for that? And how are they going to do this? And how are they going to do that? And I just wanted to throw out there that when you're a dental hygienist and you work for a community service, community center, or a school, or any of those jobs, they do help you pay your school loans. So don't be frightened about the numbers. It's an accelerated program, so it was really hard. I swear to you, if anybody could tell you, I lived in the school day in and day out, and I don't think I ever cried as much as I cried while I was in that program, because every day I can't do this anymore. But it's something that I really wanted to do. It's something that I fought to do, and it's something that I challenged myself and I had to complete. And once I did, there's nothing that you could put in your head that you're unable to do. Whatever you could put in your head, whatever you could see yourself doing, believe me when I tell you, it's possible. Like, there's no way around it. And back to you, Steve.
There's absolutely nothing that I can say that will top what you just said. If you want it bad enough, if it's in your headspace, that means you can accomplish it. Okay. You have to have a solid support structure. Like you said, you had your mother is great. That's fantastic. Surround yourself with people who want to help you, people who have succeeded. And these are the people that will get you over the hump. Get a mentor, anybody else who will tell you, no, you're not going to fail. You're going to do it. Or someone that will tell you, hey, you need a dope slap right now. I think you need to get in there and hit the books. You're not working hard enough. You need to have those friends and relatives on both sides. But we all know that sometimes even the people nearest and dearest to us may say negative things because they don't want to see us get hurt. But if you want something bad enough, you go out and get it regardless. And if Stephanie's story has anything to share with us, it's this. You want it bad enough, go and get it. Is it possible? Yes, it's possible. Yes, it's possible. And with that, I can close today's podcast because this amazing message has to resonate with so many people out there. And folks, aspiring gurus, healthcare professionals, do everyone a favor. Once you listen to this podcast, share the link with your friends and loved ones. Everyone needs to hear this. Everyone needs to hear about Stephanie. Everyone needs to know about her success. This success can be your success. It can be their success. With that, I close this podcast, and I want to wish you all well. May God bless you, and may you succeed. We're here to help you. The guru's here to help you, as Stephanie's here to help you. Come and see us at BCI. # Let's Career Up. Talk to you soon. All the best.
Bye, guys.
Well, friends and aspiring career gurus, this was fun. Thank you for tuning in. I feel enlightened, I feel empowered, and I'm feeling grateful that we spend time with you. For more information about Boston Career Institute, please visit our website, bostoncareer.org. Boston Career Institute has 3 campuses located in Brookline, Massachusetts, Malden, Massachusetts, and Lowell, Massachusetts. Call our toll-free number, 888-383-6058. For questions, comments, and or information about our podcast, email me at thecareerguru@bostoncareer.org. The Career Guru podcast is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, our website, bostoncareer.org, or wherever you stream your podcast. Subscribe, stream, rate, and review our shows. Your rating and reviews help our show reach new audiences. Produced by PodPro Entertainment, the Career Guru lives within a network of podcasts located at podproentertainment.com. Hashtag the new radio. Looking forward to seeing you soon. All the best to you. My name is Steve Yanovsky. I am the Career Guru. May God bless you. Hashtag let's career up.